All right, what's up, friends, fam? I'm bringing another video at you. My man Jesse Lee Peterson, he's interviewing a black sister, and they're talking about the family household. You know, that's my topic. That's my topic. They're talking about the family household and the crime in America. Oh man, it's a good one. I'm gonna dive in this. I'm gonna play it, interject where I can. This is a good one to talk about right here. A lot of finger pointing going on. People don't want to be held accountable or responsible. Oh man, this is a good one.
Black power! Black power! I'm typing with Cynthia G. Cynthia,
Yes.
I get the impression that you are an angry, nasty woman. Why am I
Well,
getting
Jesse,
that?
you
Why am
you
I?
get a lot of
You
false
like such
impressions,
a you like
but I
such
would
a.
like to take a
Hold
minute
on.
to respond
I
to
will.
what you
Hold on.
said before break.
Hold on. Let me hold on.
You
Hold on.
you said
Hold
that
on.
that black
Hold on.
anger
Put on
is
hold.
why.
Put her. Yeah. Shut it down. Cynthia, you are. She's an angry, nasty woman, and it's these type of black women who are raising black boys and girls that are becoming just like them, and they based on white people. And until we can change that situation, things are not going to get better. And all angry people feel like victims, and they blame someone else for that. And if we don't deal, Cynthia, with what's happening in the home with these mothers destroying the souls of their children, and then the race hustlers using them for their own personal gain, how would black people ever get better?
Finally, we got more people talking about this. More people talking about this. These are subjects, topics that been long need to be discussed because it's obvious that we got different type of black people in America because all black people in America that's from America aren't of the same class of people. Obviously, we're not because we got people seeing things in a whole different way than what's normal. Or if we're not seeing what's normal, these are conversations that need to be had because we got people that's raising, like you said, raising the children and are angry and toxic. It makes no sense. But this video right here, I'm gonna let Jesse Lee Peterson conduct this interview. It speaks for itself. This is the type of woman that a lot of men who work hard and want to be in their children's lives and provide a decent life and future for their children. This is what they face with.
Well, first, I would like for you to ask why are white people committing so many crimes, and they have two-parent homes, they have wealth, they have opportunities, job opportunities, they have economics, they still commit the most crimes. So this is why I don't buy into your fatherless home narrative, because you have a community of white people who have fathers in their homes, and they're still being domestic terrorists. They're still being racial terrorists. They're still committing the most rapes and violent crimes.
Is this a
So
joke?
I would like to know why are they doing that when they have fathers in the home?
This sounds like
Anything except saying she want people to agree on anything except is a problem with the black home in America today and who's raising children. Anything except that. Women like her and people like her don't want to accept that. Hey, let's re-examine the home and who's raising these children. She's saying that, oh well, it doesn't matter that a single mom is raising a child. It has nothing to do with anything. You got white people having children with two parents and they're still going out committing crime. Just anything to deflect from what's going on in this country and them being held accountable for their action. Like I said, this video is very interesting to me, and I don't know. Let's take a look at it.
a joke. Are you playing a trick on me right now? Are you being real? Or are you?
I'm giving you facts, Jesse, and you don't have them, but they're still facts.
Why did Phil from the advice show refer you to us? Did he that? Did he think that you were going to make sense of something? What was the reason?
You would have to ask Phil about his decisions and referrals, Jesse. But I do notice that you are deflecting, which is interesting. I would have expected the trolling to come from your callers, not from you, because
How
when
do
you
you
resort
see?
to petty name callings and making statements that bear no importance on the topic, that just means you're trolling.
So when you call
So
me white,
I'm starting to believe, Jesse, that you're the one who have nothing to say because you've reduced yourself to a troll.
when you call me white supremacy, was that name calling? Was that petty name calling?
No, it wasn't. It was giving you an analysis on your rhetoric, my analysis on your rhetoric.
Amazing.
And it's in alignment with white supremacy.
Amazing.
But you still haven't answered my question that I would like for you to question,
Well,
because we're talking about the impact of fathers being out of the home. And we know that white people are the community with the highest rate of fathers in the home. So why are they committing so many crimes? And why do they have a drug epidemic right now that can't even be stopped at this point? Why are they the biggest mass shooters? Why are they the biggest pedophiles?
Because
why
of time, hold on, I got it.
So much bestiality?
I have it. Come down. So
I'm just looking to get my question
in
answered.
any culture, you're going to have good and evil, because the battle is a spiritual battle. It's a warfare between good and evil. So in all cultures, you're going to find that. But
that's not in all cultures, Jesse. That's almost exclusive. Some of these things are almost exclusive
Cynthia,
to the white community.
That's not true.
I
Hold
agree
on.
that there's good and bad in everything.
That's
but
not true.
What I'm talking isn't really.
Look how she just keep talking. I'm just saying, this is a good video to show what some people go through. Imagine living with a woman like this. I couldn't. I'm gonna be honest with you. I couldn't. She won't know how to shut up. I couldn't. You know, I'm talking to you. We're talking about a serious topic. If I close my mouth while you're talking and I listen to you and I answer your question, I expect the same thing in return. You got people out here that won't do this, and it's unfair. I think it's so unfair I feel sorry for who with her and got children with her. It's unfair. I know she'll never stop. She won't never stop.
Prevalent in other cultures.
Man, you're going to find it even in all cultures, but in the black community, it's out of control because you have 73%.
White community, Jesse.
You have 73% of black.
She won't acknowledge that the black community is out of control. Tit for tat. The white community out of control. Tit for tat. This is learned behavior. This is why I'm doing these videos, because there is definitely a problem in the black community in America. It's definitely a problem. And we got to identify what the problem is and where it lies, because it's black people out here. We're tired of being lumped together. We don't want to be lumped together with everybody, because all black people from America that's in this country do not think alike. Therefore, we cannot all be the same kind. So we're going to have to either fix this or we're going to have to divide, because we got certain people, it's like in their bloodline. They won't be rational. They won't be rational. They won't make rational decisions, and they're controversial. They tick for tat. They won't stop. There's got to be a bloodline.
Black children born out of wedlock, and there is no sense of trying to correct that. So you see it more in the black community. When I call you a nasty woman, was that assessment with anger? Was that assessment?
No, it was a
that an assessment
tactic to bait me to get into an emotional state so you can try to prove
too late
a point.
for that.
That's
Let me go to some calls real fast. We run out of time here. We're going to have you back because the problem we had with the Skype. Let me go to Tony out of Chelsea, Michigan. Tony, good morning, sir. You're on with Cynthia G.
Hey, how are you doing, Jeff?
All is well. Thanks for calling.
Like a few callers ago, when you had the last person on, and a few callers ago, and the young man said, well, somebody's eyes are going to be opened up. Somebody's eyes going to be opened up from listening to her right here. The funniest part about her was when you put her on hold, how she was still going on. I mean, it was almost comical. And they won't understand when you talk about white supremacy. I'm from the area of Detroit. Detroit's been run by...
This our black sister. We love you, black sister. You look beautiful, by the way. But we got to work on their peace and humbling them. Whatever it is bothering them, we got to get to the bottom of it, fam. We got to get to the bottom of it because she looks disturbed. Her peace looks disturbed. She looks uptight. She's not comfortable. And I'm talking about within her own skin, being herself. She's angry. She looks as if she doesn't feel like she's being heard and understood. So it's good that we got platforms like this that reach out to these people and give them a voice or a platform so they can use their voice and people can hear them. We hear her. I hear her. I might not agree with a lot of what she's saying, but I hear her, and I ain't gonna lie, if she was my woman, I would, especially after hearing this video, if I didn't know how she felt, I definitely would have to grab her hand and sit her down and talk to her once we got home.
People totally for over 40 years, and look where it's at. Just take Buffalo. Look at Cincinnati. These are politicians, black politicians, that are running these cities, and they run them into the ground. And I'm not saying anything. You don't have to. It has nothing to do with black or white, whatever. But that's what I see, and that's what's showing here.
And Cynthia, how do you respond to that? Who fought into that? Atlanta, Detroit, Gary, Indiana, Chicago, any of that blacks are in control is all hell to pay.
Well, black people aren't controlling any particular state, so that's where we disagree, because black people don't control.
They didn't name no state. They named cities. Black people do run cities in the United States. I happen to live in one of them. It's ran by black people. And quite frankly, my opinion, it's a shithole. Excuse my expression.
Control those. But when you do have areas where there aren't any economic opportunities, where they've stripped the job from them and closed down schools, that's going to be a breeding ground for crime. But what we do know is that white people have these opportunities.
Hold on. I live in one of those cities. Let me tell you something about the jobs and us not having any economics, jobs and no school. They tear up everything. Like Jesse said. They tear up everything. They give poor service, everything. Businesses closed. They can't run no business up here. Where I'm in Atlanta. They can't run no businesses up here. Why? Because folks don't come to work. When they come to work, they have nasty attitude. They don't do their job. It is not beneficial in these black ran cities. And it's one main reason why the people act weird. And that's the only thing we trying to get folks to talk about is who raising these crazy people. Who raising them with this crazy behavior? Who is raising them? That's the only thing we're trying to get people to see.
They have the education, they have the wealth, they have the job opportunities. They still commit more crime. So why is it that there's so much crime in the white community under white people's control despite their benefits and resources?
You're saying things that are not true. What's wrong with
I've never seen
Jesse,
that.
they're true, and according to the FBI data. So are you saying that the FBI data that says that white people commit the most crimes, are you that the FBI data is incorrect?
Yeah. Cynthia,
okay,
let me ask.
And so where were you getting your information from, and how do you validate your information and your talking points? Because mine come from the FBI data. Yours come from your opinion, and that's the difference between me and you.
Thank you. You too, Tony. Thanks for your call. Back in a moment, folks. Let me just put out there for the record, there are more white folks in this country, and so you're going to have more white people doing some things. But for the number of blacks, hold on, Cynthia, hold on. Turn the mic. But for the number of folks in this country, disproportionately, they are committing more violent crimes.
Absolutely.
And other issues in our country. So we need to deal with that.
Black folks commit more violent crimes and more black on black crime. That shouldn't be even argumented amongst any black people in America, especially if you in one of these black ran major cities. Come on, that's what we be talking about. We don't understand what's so hard about getting people on the same sheet of music. And let's be honest. But to be honest, you got to start first by being honest with yourself.
I'm talking to Cynthia. I'm going to have her back because we were supposed to have her on at the top of the hour. There are a problem with the Skype thing, so
Crime data says
we're gonna have her back. What a dirty woman.
Oh, Jesse.
So let's go to Realist out of Lakeland, Florida. Realist, you're on with Cynthia. Go ahead.
Yeah, just for time, I'm gonna sum it up like this. It's called demagoguery, and for the national voters who are ignorant of stats and that kind of stuff, if they don't know and they listen to these people that quote unquote supposed to be so intelligent and using intelligent words, it's got to be the most comical thing. And my heart goes out to the people who's actually listening to this garbage. It's almost comical. Yeah.
All right, thanks. I appreciate it. Cynthia, I'll give you the last word on this. We're running out of time. We're going to have you back so we can start off at the top of the hour, have more time with you. Everybody and their mama want to talk to you, so I want to give them a chance by having you back. Will you come back?
Oh, absolutely.
How do you see black men?
I see black men as a product of white supremacy. That's I see them as a product of white supremacy.
I don't know. Hey, fam, this is my first time watching it. I will admit, y'all caught me. This is my first time watching this video too, and I'm watching it with y'all. I don't know what in the world would make this lady say that right there. That right there baffled me. She said the black man is a product of white supremacy. That's what I'm saying. That's what we be dealing with. Imagine taking this pretty young lady right here home from the club or bar. Pretty, based off of what I'm saying, pretty to me. To me, she's pretty. She seemed intelligent. And then later on, after you get to know her, she started talking like this. What in the world are you supposed to do? In today's time, it's hard to get rid of some type of some people. It's hard to get rid of them. What would you do to get rid of a woman like that, talking foolish like that? What would you go through? I can only imagine what you would go through. I better buy 4 extra new tires, put them up in the garage.
In an inordinate circumstance, and they're having to deal with white supremacy, which has a very detrimental effect psychologically on anyone. So that's what I think. And I think you're also a perfect example of that as well, Jesse.
Why do black people see white people as smarter and stronger, especially black men? Why do they see them as being better than they are? Why do black people see white, such as yourself? Why do you people see white people as being smarter and better than you are? Because I don't see it that way. Why do you see it that way?
Well, Jesse, you can include me in that because I don't believe that white people are smarter and better than anyone.
But you do. You said it 1,000 times today.
No, I didn't.
Yes,
I said
you did.
that they have a attitude of white supremacy. I never said that was valid. So you can't put words in my mouth. I don't believe that they're smarter than anyone.
But you do. You have to say it so many times. Everything has something to do with white supremacists, according to you.
It does. It all goes back to white supremacy, but that doesn't necessarily that I personally think they're supreme or intelligent. I don't. And if you've looked at my content, you would actually see that I don't believe that they're smart.
Thanks for coming on.
Hey, that's gonna do it for this one. That was sister name is Cynthia. Let me get her name for everybody. Her name is Cynthia G. Richard. Oh, Cynthia G. Richard. Hey, that's her opinion. We gotta respect her opinion. However, I respectfully disagree with the majority of what she was saying, and I think she know that she's saying some pretty outlandish stuff. I think she really do know that. That's why she's willing to come back on and talk again. But I don't know, man, fam. We got some work to do. We're not gonna judge her. We're gonna take her opinion about her perspective of black men and the black family and the crime in the United States, and we're gonna take it with a grain of salt and respect it. You know, we see what we see through our lens, but for people like her, we'll just plant seeds and check back on them later, and we'll gradually just work on them and try to make them feel comfortable to be truthful with themselves, because clearly they have a problem with being truthful with themselves. Till next time, this is Leroy with Talks with Leroy on the Unpopular Opinion Show. I'll holler at